Hey guys, welcome to today's Vehicle Visionary. Today we're going to do a quick update on the 63 Corvette Pro Street build. And there are finally some significant changes that have been made. Some parts and pieces came in. We're going to talk about what those are. I'm going to show you something very interesting that my dad, who I've often said is a real-life MacGyver, came up with as far as the wiring and how to keep everything out of the way. But if you need to get to it, how to easily bring it back down to where you can access it. So let's get started and take a look at what's changed. Okay, you saw it earlier, at least a little bit in the opening scene of the video, but here are the new seats for the Corvette. Of course, we still have a long way to go, a lot of things out of the car, but just to show you what's here and how it's kind of being mocked up right now, not officially in yet, trying to get everything set just right because of the height of the roof right here. Obviously the top is off the car right now, but that's going to make a difference the way these seats are positioned, because my dad's 6'1", I'm 5'10", and I was a little cramped in here with the top on, but we're taking care of all of that. But just to show you a quick look at what the seats look like, not only from there, but also from this point, trying to get everything centered up on the bar. This little roll bar back here is actually a little bit of a challenge, but we're working on that, and we'll kind of talk about how that goes as we get more into that.
All right, Tom asked me to explain a little bit about the custom dash from Paul Atkins Interiors. If you want to look that up online, he's got custom dashes made for the Corvettes. He's got them for Chevelles, he's got them for Camaros, and some other cars. And you can also buy the gauges from Dakota Digital through him as well. And the thing I like about Dakota Digital is they're not cheap, but all you do is wire everything in your gauges in sequence, and they come down to this one pigtail that plugs into the master board, which you'll see in a few minutes. So you don't have to run a bunch of wires from this to anything. It already has it, and it'll recognize all of these gauges. So these are all ready, and we'll turn it around so we can see the front. You can buy I bought it from him and painted it myself just with a can of satin black spray paint. I drill these two holes. Sometimes they'll put air conditioning vents in there. The dash itself comes just like you see it here, and you can buy the pod, the 4-gauge pod, or you can buy the 2060S from him, which is 6 gauges, and it consists of everything you need: water, oil, battery, speedometer, and of course, since it's digital, you get the same type of screen you typically see in a car. And you can get a free app from them too that comes with the gauge kit that allows you to use your Apple or Android to program everything from just your little handheld phone. So anyway, this, anytime you get anything, you guys know this, I work on cars a lot, anytime you get anything that's custom made, ready to fit, it's not really ready to fit. So all these holes had to be drilled. I had to trial fit this thing and cut the base off of it to fit the Corvette, the way it's set up as a race car. But I didn't, the reason I don't have the normal stuff you see in a Corvette is because in '63, when it went straight from the showroom to the chassis shop, they threw everything away. All the gauges, the whole dash, everything that would normally be inside to cut weight for drag racing was gone. And of course, back then, $3,000, less than $4,000, you could buy a Corvette. Now, you can't even buy the interior for that. But anyway, I drilled these two locations for these gauges, and then I painted the pod. It was black. I painted it just to give it some separation. But the rest of the car, with the seats and all, as you see, are red and black. And the paint job is called Victory Red. They use them on a lot of trucks too. But anyway, I've pre-drilled the holes. I pre-fit the dash. I've got the gauges in. So once I'd put the hush mat in, take the seats out, I've all trial fitted those and had to mess with them a little bit to get them right. So they went with the roll bars that are in there. I'll take the seats out. I'll put the hush mat in. I'll put the carpet in. I'll put the seats in. I'll put the dash in. And except for the engine and transmission, everything will be done on the inside. So I've already put new weather strip and all that stuff in. You guys don't need to see all that or how I had to wire the gauges and all. But it's pretty straightforward. straightforward. So that's a look at what you have to do when you end up getting a piece of fiberglass supposedly going to fit your car. It never really fits right, but don't paint it, don't mess with it until you get it to set right in your vehicle. And then you can take it out and paint it and do whatever you want and put it back in.
Okay, here's the control box. We talked about the Dakota digital system and everything this car is wired with. This is the control box right here. Now you might think, well, that's not going to look very good if you go to a car show or something like that to just have that hanging down, or for the passenger over here. Well, right here is a magnet. And so watch this. I'm just going to push that up. And as you can see, the magnet just catches that and holds it in place. And then if you need to do any kind of wiring work, which obviously there is a lot to do, you just pull that down right there and everything is controlled right here. And that's where you plug in what we showed you earlier. So everything's already kind of pre-wired and ready to go, not too hard to deal with, but I thought it was kind of cool how my dad, who I've often referred to as a real-life MacGyver, kind of MacGyvered this together. And those are the updates so far. I think it's going to start coming together a lot quicker now. Before you know it, we're probably going to be dropping an engine into this ride, which nobody has even come close to guessing what that's going to be. It's probably going to be a very big surprise as to what's going in this car. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you can get updates on when we post these. I'll post them as often as I can, but I think they're going to start rolling out a little bit faster. And tell me about your builds down in the comments, and if you have any videos, let me know. I'd like to check them out. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out another of the videos that is on the screen right now, and I'll see you there.